DalRae Solutions have developed an application using SAP's Business Technology Platform to solve a real-life business issue, logging an urgent leave request. The Urgent Leave app has multiple entry points to make it flexible for users as to how they access and utilize the application. The 3 examples shown in this video are to access the app via Fiori Launchpad, Microsoft Teams, and the SAP Mobile Start app. Our first example of the Urgent Leave app is accessing it via your web browser using the Fiori Launchpad, which is displayed here. In this example, we have 2 users, Paul Sinclair, who is the employee requiring urgent leave, and Anne DalRae, who is his manager. Paul clicks on the application in the desktop version of Fiori Launchpad. He can also do this on his mobile. He then enters the details of his leave request in the fields provided. He includes the reason for his leave and comments on his availability. Note that this comment will be displayed in his out of office, so it needs to be professional. Once complete, he submits his leave request as shown. His manager Anne will then receive an SMS on her phone. This will include a link to the leave request, as you can see here. The link will take her to her inbox, which she can access on her mobile, and review the leave request from Paul. She can then type a comment here and approve it. Once approved by Anne, Paul will then receive an email from her telling him that his leave request has been approved. The workflow will then automatically update his out-of-office message, using the comments he supplied when submitting the request as shown here. That is the process of applying for an urgent leave request, which both employee and manager can access via either the desktop or mobile using the Fiori Launchpad. It is worth noting that the application is also able to be linked to your internal HR system to update Paul's employee record accordingly. The next example for accessing the Urgent Leave app is through Microsoft Teams, using a chatbot function. In this process, the employee, Paul Sinclair, will send a message to Vida, who is the chatbot set up in Microsoft Teams, via the chat function of Microsoft Teams, using the keyword sick. Vida will then send a message back using an adaptive card, which Paul will then use to enter the details of his urgent leave request. Once again, Paul will input a comment on his availability, which will be included to update his out of office once approved, before submitting this as shown. His manager Anne will then receive a message from Vida notifying her of Paul's leave request. She can add a comment and approve it within the Teams message. Once approved by Anne, Paul will receive an email from her informing him that his leave has been approved. In addition, his out of office will then be automatically updated using his comment from this Teams message earlier, as shown here. That concludes the process for accessing the app and applying for leave via Microsoft Teams. Finally, we are now going to demonstrate how you can use the Urgent Leave app completely through your mobile phone. The employee, Paul, has installed the SAP Mobile Start app on his mobile phone, as you can see here in the bottom right. When he opens the Mobile Start app, which is protected by Face ID, in this example on an iPhone, he has access to his inbox and the Urgent Leave app. Paul clicks on the Urgent Leave panel and then fills in the details of his leave request, including a comment on his availability, before submitting as shown. His manager Anne will then receive an SMS notifying her that she has a leave request from Paul. She then opens the message and clicks on the link, which takes her to her inbox. She can then review the request, add a comment, and approve with one click. As with the previous examples, this will then automatically trigger an email from Anne to Paul, informing him that his leave request has been approved. Paul's out of office will also be automatically updated, using the comment in his original request. Once again, this process can be linked via the app to the internal HR system and automatically update his employee record.